Good morning, guys. Today is January 31st, 2017, and we are about 7 minutes away from the markets open. And I am just going to go over my two main plays that I'm watching as we head into the market open. First one is Drys, DRYS. For those of you who follow stocks, should know that right over here, Drys is a stock that went from well, they let a reverse stock split, but before it was like around $3 or $2 or something, and in 4 days it went to about $120, and then they did a reverse stock split, so that's why the price is showing 816, but it wasn't that high. It was just 120 before the stock split. Now, it definitely has a low float, which we like to see, and I feel like if you look at the daily chart here, let me bring it up here. If you guys look at the daily chart, it's been on a downtrend for quite some time, and I feel like after this green candle and it's gapping up, we could definitely see a nice run, especially if a lot of traders jump in and the volume increases. So what I'm looking for here is the break of 380, which was yesterday's after hours high. If we break that, I'm looking to jump in for a push towards 4, and then break of 4, I'm looking to sell basically in the 420s to 450s. Now it is a low float stock, so it jumps pretty fast, so it's going to be in and out. Hopefully that would be the game plan. Not going to hold it for too long because I know this could just turn around and basically plummet. So keeping an eye on that. Drys is the go-to play right at the market open. Then I have second play I'm looking at is JAGX. Basically, it is a former runner. It has run in the past. Just in 2 days, it went from let's see here, about 69 to a high of 153. So again, a low floater, and this one does have a catalyst out. They basically got into a global what you want to call it, let me see here, let me bring up the right term here for you guys. Collaboration, yes. So it got into a global collaboration with some other company to develop a product or something. So with this news out, I feel like it could gain some momentum. So that's the second stock that I'm watching for this break of 92. Now it's going to be a little tough because I'm watching both of these and they're both just can run really fast, so I'm not gonna try to like chase anything here, or not trying to rush into anything. If I miss both plays, it's okay. I am okay with that. I'll get my opportunity tomorrow or day after or whatever, so I'm not worried about it because I don't want to jump in and chase something and get the bad end of it. DCIX is another stock that I am kind of keeping an eye on just because Drys is running and DCIX usually runs in sympathy of that. So just keeping an eye on it, just kind of see how they go kind of together. If I miss Drys and let's say DCIX starts running, I can always jump into that, especially if Drys makes some major moves today. So that's the game plan today, guys. Other than that, we will see if something else pops up, but these two are main two plays. And if the stop on Drys, by the way, is going to have to be very tight, just because it is a low floater and it runs pretty fast, so I might have to give it some room. So I can't go in with a very large position on it, just because it's not worth losing a lot on a stock just to hopefully make something. So we'll keep an eye on it and let's see what happens here. Market should open in about 3 minutes, so we'll come back. Alright guys, markets are open here, so let's see what's happening. Again, with Drys, we're looking to get in. Tops went up 10%, ESE went down 10%, DCIX went up 10%. So markets, just to let you guys know, markets are red today. The futures, most of the futures, S&P 500, Dow futures, they're red. Dow opened a bit down. So we have to keep those things in mind too. That if things are red, they're red, and we can't do anything about it. We just have to make sure that our GSE is 590 to 669. RGXE is a major play, but it's kind of high price for me, and I just don't know what I can get out of it right now, so I'm just not watching it. So my focus is more on the. So now this opened at 350. Where did it open at? It opened at 355. So if I get in over at 356, what would on get in over at 356. It is coming up. Okay, I got in, but I do need to put my stop here. Just 356. I'm gonna put it at so it is running here. So I got in at 356, and I want to see what happens here. 370. I want to take it out I want it to take out 372. I want to put my stop at 356, so 340, 345. I have my stop at 345, but we are running right now, and I want to see if it can take out 380 here. If we take out 380, guys, we might be able to. There you go. 380 is gone. And now I'm looking to see if it can push towards 4. See. Okay, so I sold 100 just to lock in some profits here, guys. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my stop at 360. Just to see what happens here. Okay, so I'm out. So I got in at 354, sold 100 at 381, the rest at 360. Now basically I mean it's a small position, and I don't think I made much on it. 31 bucks, guys. You know what? Not bad. I could have sold the 200 at around the 381 mark, but I'm really practicing on learning how to position in and out, and I think it was a great position to be in, because I sold 100 in the 380 area, right? Because once it broke that yesterday after hours, I wanted it to just like push, instantly jump to 385, 390, 390. But when that didn't happen, I took out 100 shares off the table, just to reduce my risk. And then I put a stop at 360. So basically, the 360, that 100 basically covers my fees, and then the other 100 brought some profit into my pocket. So 354 to 380. Let's go to the executions here. So 355, let's say, to 381 is can't do the math. If yeah, so it's about 25 some cents, and then I got the rest out at 360. So I made 5 cents on that. And again, for 100 shares, my fees is $1. So I bought 200 shares, that's $2. Then I sold 100, that's $1. Then I sold another 100, that's $1. So what I love about the fee system I have right now is that I don't pay $4.95, I think it is, flat fee. I just pay based on I pay a penny per share, I think it is. So it comes up for 100 shares, it comes to $1. So just because I buy small shares right now, it kind of helps me to not pay a lot of fees. Because let's say if I was paying $4.95 on a fee or a flat fee for selling 100 shares, I would pay $4.95. For selling another 100, I would pay $4.95. And basically, I just paid $15 in fees, and I didn't make much out of that, right? But the fee system I have right now, I think, is great, and it helps me take some of the profits off the table as with my smaller positions. So glad. I think it was a very good trade. We got in on the push towards basically the red to green move. So it opened at 355, pulled down, came back up. We jumped in as it was about to break the 355 area. We jumped in, pushed towards the 380, which was the pre-market or after hours high yesterday. As you guys can see, my line right there, jumped till there. We sold 100, and we put a stop at 360. And I think 360 was a good stop because it was just below this green candle. So the reason I put it there is if it made a new low, that means the momentum would have shifted just like how it did here. But if it stayed above it, we might would have seen a bigger push. And the other 100 that I had remaining, I was looking for that to sell near the 4 or even over 4. So that would have been the ideal play, but I protected myself and I still walked away with some gains on that. So very good trade. Now we're going to move away from dries just because it had come down a lot and it didn't push through the way I wanted it to. Right now, I mean, it is holding this 340 level. Oh, that just broke. Never mind. Holding that 335. Let's see what happened. That just broke. So definitely I'm moving away from dries here, guys. I think a lot of the people are just selling, especially people who got in yesterday, and people who bought people who bought kind of too high in the 370, 380s are just bailing out at this point. So DCIX, just because dries didn't do as I expected or it didn't make a massive run, we're going to stay away from DCIX as well. And we're going to go to JAGX now. That, again, I wanted to get in on the break of 92. I mean, it is coming back. But will it be able to break 92 at this point? I am not sure. The markets are still down, guys. Dow is dropping below its open, so we have to be careful on where we jump in at this point. I'm just watching a couple other things here, and let's see what happens. So keep tabs on it. Alright, guys, so I'm watching AEZS here. I wanted to jump in, but I just realized that first of all, it is in the 5 cent. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a new stock group they have where they have 5 cents increments. So this is part of that. Just looking at the level 2, you can tell that they're all in 5 cents increments. So it can definitely move, but at the same time, as you guys can see, it's just kind of below the moving averages. There's a 200 moving average approaching at 350. There was a 50 moving average at 330. So as I watched it, it was just kind of hanging around that 330 area. I mean, the stock can definitely run, but usually when it runs, it makes about $1. Yeah, it's usually about $1 or so. But right now, as you guys can see, it's already up about 85 cents. Just came from around after opening up, dipped down, came back up, broke 310. Now it's kind of hanging around that 340, 345 mark. So not I don't think I'm really interested in it. It's because that 5 cent, because if you get in on the ask, you're instantly down 5 cents. Or if you get it on the bid, you have to wait for someone to come hit the bid. So I just feel like, and then for bailing out, you basically have to either hit the bid or risk being on ask and waiting for someone to come hit you. So I don't think I'm interested in that. That's the only thing that kind of stood out to me. JAZX is coming up, so let's take a look on that while I have you. Oh, it just broke 92 actually. So let's see what we can do with this here. 800. What's going on? 0.92. Okay, so I'm not gonna jump in right away here. Definitely got some volume, but let's see if it can pull back somewhat, and then I'll look to jump in. Now, obviously, the stock definitely showed momentum as it came back up, right, because it basically went down to 73 and then popped all the way back up. So if it shows some sort of a some sort of a support and some sort of a trend change, or okay, so it's pulling towards that 9 EMA, which I like to see. Looking to get in with 1,000 shares here. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, this is not what I had in mind for a pullback. So anyways, I'll keep an eye on, not jumping in here, not liking this pullback, so we'll see what happens. Alright guys, so I've been watching AZS and Dries kind of coming back in the 350s, just where I bought it, but I still feel like it's not gonna run up again. Anyway, just go over AZS real quick. Remember I was saying that it's in a 5 cent tick plot or whatever that is, so it popped up to 345 just where we were watching it, and then it just dropped. So the 200 moving average just above 352, never even touched it. So good call on that. Decided to stay away, keeping everything in perspective. Figure it would not be a good play, and it worked out. Again, the markets are red, guys. Dow is down more now. It's lost a point since yesterday. Actually, it just went below 19.9. So I mean, if you guys remember, last week it hit 20,000 key point, which was a big psychological point, but now it has retraced about a point or so, not a point, some 100 points or so since then. And same thing with S&P 500 has dropped, NASDAQ has dropped. So a lot of the stuff is in red right now, guys. So what that tells us is that overall market sentiment is selling. So to go long, you have to be very careful. You have to go in a stock that's already has momentum and has a very good catalyst that regardless of what the markets are doing, people or all the traders, especially day traders, are jumping into it and making the stock go up, and short sellers or people who are shorting the stock or people who are basically were short before are covering, and that's adding two sides of buyers and it's just ripping the stock. So we're looking for that kind of momentum. I thought earlier in the day that Dries would have that, and that's where I got in on the break of it, but it didn't. and we basically locked in some profits, and stopped out on the rest. And now I'm staying away from it, just because the way the markets are looking, and everything else that moved up is just kind of hanging around or coming back down. So I think I'm done for the day here, guys. I'm just gonna do my journal, log in my play for today, make notes, and yeah, and I think I'm done for the day. Nothing else I see that's exciting or that's interesting to me, so I'm not going to sit around and force a trade or look for a play. That's what, as a beginning trader, I think that's my biggest thing. So now what I do is I like to just walk away as soon as I'm done with my first or second trade, or whenever I feel like, you know what, I am done for the day. I've taken what I can take from the markets, and I don't see anything else. I just find a way to walk away, rather than sitting around looking at different charts. And then what happens is your brain starts to create these plays in your head, just because you feel like you're just sitting here, so you might as well be making money. And what happens is your brain starts seeing plays or seeing trades or setups that are not actually there. So based on all that, it's always best to just walk away. That's what I've learned so far in past year or so, learning to day trade. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. It's I think this is like the sixth sixth I think recording of live trading. So I will be posting these every day, and yeah, I don't even know if anybody got to the end of this, but if you did, I feel like you're here to learn, you're here to get better at day trading, and you feel like you have a passion for this. So please subscribe, and I will be passing on my knowledge and documenting my journey as I become a what I would like to call a successful day trader. That's not just about making lots of money or fancy cars or blah blah blah. It's about understanding the financial markets from inside out, and actually having strategies that work, and that basically that are in play day after day. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace.